the channel. Today what I'm going to be talking about is number 3, Mr. Olympian Hadi Choopan. And what are my thoughts for Hadi Choopan in 2022? Basically, it's going to be about the same. Right now, the people that are behind Hadi Choopan, it's going to be pretty much difficult for them to gain enough ground to beat this guy. Even though he's a shorter bodybuilder, the ones that are behind him are also short bodybuilders. Now, will Hadi Choopan win the Mr. Olympia? It's highly unlikely. Simply because the Mr. Olympia, again, as I've said in previous videos, the Mr. Olympia is mainly about size. They're looking for that wow factor. And no matter how conditioned Hadi Choopan is, simply because of his size, they will not allow this guy to win the Mr. Olympia. Pretty much like William Bonac. William Bonac by far have a better physique than that of Hadi Choopan. I mean, especially, you know, when he's on his game. So they never let William Bonac win the Olympia because there was always a bigger guy that was in front of him. And that right there is always going to be the case when it comes down to the Mr. Olympia. They're going to always go for the larger guy before they go for that smaller guy, no matter what the conditioning of the smaller guy is. So you got two large guys that are in front of Hadi Choopan, and the probability of him being able to knock off both of those guys, that means both of them would have to come in extremely off in order for them to be able to consider Hadi Choopan. And the guys that are behind Hadi Choopan are younger guys, which they have the ability to knock him off, but because of them being young, those guys are young, their bodies haven't completely matured. Because you can look at, again, the maturity of older bodybuilders, the amount of detail that their bodies have, the ones that have been in it for a long time. And you'll notice that the younger ones don't have that. Simply because 9 times out of 10, you take Nick Walker, guys like him, these guys started using PEDs early. So they didn't do like a lot of the older guys would have done. Got their bodies to a certain point and then started using PEDs. These guys, 9 times out of 10, in my opinion, started using PEDs very early and at the beginning of their lifting weights. So their bodies haven't had the chance to max out at a natural level and then started using the PEDs. And a lot of the detail and stuff like that, these guys will not acquire until they get in their upper 30s, where their bodies really would start maturing, if they make it that far. Now, Hadi Choopan, his weak points are his arms, and I think his calves need to come up a little bit more. Those are things that he can't change, you know, because they are genetic. And the thing that he really have going for him is his ability to get into condition. So he's going to pretty much play out like William Bonac has done, move up into those upper ranks and barely graze the fact that he could have been Mr. Olympia. Like I told you all before, William Bonac should have won the Mr. Olympia a while ago because he had that caliber of physique. And at that particular time, with him placing, you know, the number 2 spots and things like that, the guy should have won the Mr. Olympia because he has a complete physique. Right now, he's falling off, but hopefully for 2022, he can get himself back together and give those younger guys, Labrada and Nick Walker, a run for their money, because he's around their height. But he's got that more mature look to his muscles than those guys do. So hopefully William Bullock can get himself back together and move himself back up into at least the top 3, because he can even give Hadi Choopan a run for his money when he's in the condition that we know he can get in. Now, Hadi Choopan, again, he can't get any larger, as I've said on previous video. He can't change his genetic makeup. His arms are what they are. He can change his legs as far as his calves are concerned, and his arms. It's not that the guy have small arms. It's just that his triceps ride high. He have real good size arms, so don't get that mixed up like the guy don't. He actually does. It's just the way they are genetically made. So Hadi Choopan is pretty much gonna spend most of his career around the top 3, top 4, and that's gonna be pretty much it. I can't foresee him winning the Mr. Olympia with those 2 bigger guys in front of him. The probability of him knocking both of them off at the same time is near to none. Anyway, that's what I thought I'd talk to y'all about. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And again, I'll be talking to you later.